Hello.
Hey. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Congratulations on an awesome conference and an awesome boom time. Rachel and I have been talking and we're already totally excited about everything that's happening in this business. If some of you are newbies and this is your first beginning of the year season, speaking to the men and the women, put your seatbelt on because it gets awesome, it gets crazy. Get ready for basically a raise. I think Rachel and I have had 5-figure raises or 4-figure raises. I don't know if we've ever had we probably had a 5-figure raise during this time of the year in the time of 1 month. So it's awesome.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Ashley. Which Ashley?
Renell.
Oh, hey, Ashley. Renell. So, husbands, man, I want to talk just a little bit first just about being a guy, ladies, for those of you who are watching. I think this is going to be good insight into the way that our minds work. And guys, I just want to kind of lay a framework for kind of where I'm going with this. So, you guys know, we compartmentalize everything. And, some people say that, you should try not to do that. I'm not going to try to fix that or change that. It's just sort of how we are. Let me explain what I'm talking about. So when I was a lot younger, before I met Rachel, my life was really simple. I had basically 2 compartments. I had work and I had home. That was it. I would go to work and I would go home and I would eat chicken nuggets and watch a show. Life was so simple. And I think for a lot of us, some of you may have sports or something else in there, your friendships, you may have some other boxes.
Did you just say I would feed you chicken nuggets?
No, not my wife. This was before I met Rachel.
Okay.
And so I had these nice and neat compartments. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk about the way that I ate before I got married.
Okay.
Anyways, had these really nice neat compartments. Some of you may be like, well, where's God in that? God actually is the one thing that doesn't fit in a compartment. He's in all of it. But really simple. I felt like the king of my world. I felt completely in control. I felt like I knew everything was predictable. I knew where everything fit, and I was in control of it all. It was good. Even though I was eating terrible food, it was predictable. And then, something crazy happened. And in my life, this happened. And it totally invaded all of my space. Rachel came into my life and it was wonderful and amazing and so good, but it threw everything off. And there's this really weird kind of transition that you go through when your compartments get thrown off because you have to readjust. And suddenly I had to adjust to what life was going to be like. And it takes a while. It takes years, the first several years of marriage. In fact, I don't know why they do premarital counseling. They should do postmarital counseling. Anyways, it just kind of reconfiguring your life. So all of a sudden, we had new compartments. I still had work, but it was a little bit different because I had Rachel at home now. My home life was obviously completely different. There was this amazing new box that I had never had in my life before I met Rachel. and it's just what it was like to love someone and to do life with somebody. And huge shift. And so then, we get comfortable in our boxes again and everything's compartmentalized. And Rachel, or our wives, we figure out what their place in the home is and what their role is. And I'm not talking about like I'm the caveman and she just serves me. I'm talking about we find her strength and her role and we figure out life in a new rhythm and new compartments. And then for us, 6 months into that, we found out that we're having a baby. Another huge disruption. Here's the deal. We love to have our lives as predictable as possible. And then things come in and they mess it all up. And it can be hard. It can even lead to feelings of depression. It can make you feel down. It can make you doubt. In the end, it can make you doubt, am I in control of my life? It hurts. Those shifts and those, when things change like that, it's really difficult. So that was one of those shifts for Rachel and I, was when she started with this business. Because I had always been the breadwinner in our family. I was always the one who was providing for us. I didn't struggle with that as a pride issue. It didn't bother me that she was making more than me. What bothered me was that all of a sudden the boxes got shifted. I wasn't doing things the way that I expected. She was working late when normally we would spend that time together.
Well, at the beginning I wasn't making a lot.
Right, and that wasn't even fair. I mean, I felt like she was working too much, but she seemed to be really passionate. It totally threw our world out of whack. But just like when I met her for the first time, and just like when we had our kids, it just took me a little while to realize, like, this is good. Like this, like when our kids were born, it was really hard, and we were up early and we were up late and we didn't sleep a lot. But it's so good. Like I obviously wouldn't trade my kids for anything. This business was a life shift just like that. It's changed everything for us. Obviously, our financial picture, our future is completely different than it was 3 years ago. And it just took me a while to shift and get my compartment set up again to where I feel like, you know what, I'm not out of control. My family is not going to pot. Like we're not spinning out of control here. Like this is a good shift. And I just have to figure out what my place is in it now. So I know my place. Like in the evenings tonight, Rachel had some team trainings. She was doing some stuff. I washed the dishes. I cooked dinner. I got the kids to bed. Some of you may really struggle with that because you feel like you're carrying all the load and she's just playing on her phone. And maybe you're going to be like me, and it's going to take, like, once she starts making $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month, and then you'll start to be okay with it. But hopefully you'll be quicker than I am to learn that this is a good thing. And it's something that you want to support her in and really cheer her on, because in the end, it's going to be a huge blessing to your family. I honestly did not support Rachel until she hit Diamond. She got a good bonus. It was $10,000. And I remember calling my dad and almost crying with him on the phone. I was so proud of her. Like, oh my gosh, Rachel just
But you did, like, months before, weeks before, to quit.
Tell her to quit, yeah.
You know?
What can I say? So, but I remember being in tears, so stinking proud of her that all of a sudden she was bringing home $1,400, $1,500, $2,000 a month.
And I wasn't playing on my phone.
And no, and she wasn't. And I would get grumpy. You know how, like, when we get thrown off, we get grumpy sometimes? And I would get grumpy and I'd be like, put your phone down, you're just scrolling Facebook or this or that. I've had to really learn to just control that. And know that she's working and she's a vital part. The boxes have shifted. I'm still the leader of my family. I've blessed my kids. We still love each other. There's a few things though that we've had to figure out that I want to just like share with you, okay? Once again, fantastic artwork. This is a few things. Number one, communication. That first thing in green. You have got to talk through this. If you're angry about something, take time to talk to your wife about it and like make it a fair talk, a fair fight. So don't go to your assumptions first and be like, well, you know, you just this and you just that and you don't care about us anymore and you just care more about this business than you do about your family and all you seem to care about is all these other friends you're making. You don't even care about us. Don't go there first. Don't talk about you. Don't talk about her. Talk about you. If you need to sit down and communicate about the way you're feeling, talk about you. Say, hey, babe, I feel like this and my perception is this. And the way that all this shift is happening, it's making me think. I'm just saying, babe, this is the way that I feel. And guess what? I promise you that you are going to find out if you put your anger and your temper aside and you can calmly talk through what you're thinking and feeling, you're going to find out that she's doing all of this not because she wants to get away from you or because she's tired of you, but because she loves you. And because she loves your kids and because she's trying to help you, like, and support you in creating like a family and a future that you guys can both believe in and get excited about. It's going to break your heart like it did mine. If you're dealing with anger about all this, once you pour yourself out and you're honest and you have that heart-to-heart conversation without getting angry, I think it could change everything. You've got to communicate. So don't be a stuffer. Like, don't let your feelings about this boil over. We've all gone through it. Talk to your wife about it. Talk to other guys. Get on the man cave page. If you're not on it, we can hook you up into there. And you can vent. Next one is this: us time. So you have got to have a time where you and your wife, everything is put away. You're not doing anything. She's not working. You're not working, and it's just you time where you're going out on dates. Rachel and I have been on more dates since she started this business than we did ever before. Number one, because we can afford it now. We can actually go on dates and we can afford to pay a babysitter. But number two, because we have to. Because in the end, I don't care about anything as much as I care about her. And she doesn't care about anything as much as she cares about me. And we've got to keep that. Quentin Conway, who, if you're seeing
A lot of people are asking, what is the man cave page?
Okay, so there's a man cave page. It's under Lori and Quentin Conway's team, but I think Joel Dunn is on there. It's open to just about anybody. It's for men who are involved in the business and even husbands like myself, but especially men who are really wanting to support their wives. It's a good place to go and to get questions, or if you're wanting to actually start helping with the business. It's just all men. It's probably 6,000 men on the Man Cave page. We can hook you up. If you're interested, just like send me a private message and I can invite you.
Send
to the
Jeremy
page.
Williamson a private message.
Yeah.
His name is spelled just like you would think. Jeremy Williamson. You can send him a message. He can hook you up.
Yeah. So the us time thing, we didn't go on dates before, but now we do. We have to in the end. Like Quentin he just changed his profile picture. It was awesome. You stick together in the bad times so that you can be together in the good times. And it's so good, so awesome. So us time, the last one is this, full cups. What that means is you got to take care of you. Like if you're not eating right, if you're not sleeping enough, if you're not exercising, if you're not praying, if you're not reading your Bible, if you're not having those disciplines that are keeping you healthy, and your cup is already empty, and then you're coming home and your boxes are all shifted and you're not in control anymore, that's like a recipe for an explosion. You have got to make sure that you're also filling your cup so you're eating right and you're not eating stuff that's going to throw off your body and your brain. You're sleeping enough. You're getting rid of habits that are hurting you. You got to fill your cup. If you're a believer, you're getting into the Word and you're praying every day. So make sure your cup is full. And here's the deal. Rachel and I we're determined that this business for us is a legacy. That this business for us is something that's not just going to be a flash in the pan, little blessing for a little while. We want this to be something that we do together for the rest of our lives. We want to last for the long haul. And so with that, you've got to learn how to survive this bonus season, which is like a sprint, and there can be a finish line at the end of the sprint. But this bonus season, you got to suck it up, let your boxes shift, do some things that you're not willing to do, communicate right, have us time, make sure your own cup is full, and you're going to survive, and it's going to be awesome.
Somebody wants to know what this business is.
So this business is called It Works Global, and it's a health and wellness company. We have a bunch of just amazing all-natural products that can help you.
You can look me up on Facebook and send me a private message, and I'll tell you all about it.
Help you with all kinds of great stuff.
So Jeremy, just wrapping this Periscope up, what are some things that are normal during this bonus season that they're going to see from their wives?
Yeah.
A lot of time on phone.
A lot of time on the phone. Out of balance. You and I think any super like hyper successful person will tell you that there are seasons. Everybody running for president right now, they're campaigning. They're totally out of balance. Like you can't live on the campaign trail. You die. Yeah, but you're trying to become the president of the United States, so it's worth it to get your life out of balance for a little while to get to where you're going. It's the same thing with this bonus season. Your business will grow more during the first 6 months of this year than potentially during the last 6 months. Now, that's not a rule. If you work it, you could totally change it. But the thing is, if you want to get somewhere, you've got to have a season, a short sprint where you're out of balance, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. So you're going to see your wife on her phone more. She's going to be doing more trainings. She's probably going to be more evening meetings, like wrap parties or going to people's houses and sharing the business with people. It's going to be on her mind more often. You may need to start thinking more about meals, more about cleaning, more about getting the kids to bed on your own so that you can support her. It's just going to be a lot more of everything during this season.
And she may only be making $200 or $300 right now.
Yeah.
But what happens is that within the next few months, she could be making potentially like $800 to $1,000 to $2,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 to $10,000 a month.
And I just want to say one more thing with this too. It is not you against her. You guys are a team. And maybe she can't go to work with you and like help you in what you do, but man, you can sure go to work with her and support her and help her. I'll just give you a quick example. Tonight, we talked to our kids. We said, hey, Mommy's going to be working really hard. We had this conversation around the dinner table. Mommy's going to be working really, really hard over the next few months. What should we do? Mommy has some goals. She wants to get this leg to this and this leg to that. What are we going to do if Mommy hits those goals? Unanimous decision, Disney World. And so we said, okay, we're in this as a family, guys. We're all going to be working hard. You guys are going to have to do your part. Daddy's going to do his part. We know Mommy's going to be working a lot more, so we're going to be patient with Mommy. But as a family, when we hit these goals, these aren't Mommy's goals. These are our goals. This is our family's goal. When we hit this goal, we're going to celebrate with Disney, and you guys can choose what that is for you. Maybe you do something every week or every month, or you have one big goal at the end of it. But make it a you thing. Be on each other's team, not against each other.
It's good.
That makes sense?
Good word. All right.